So, Heidi ho, Haas,
Heidi ho, Mike.
and I'd like to welcome you and all of our listeners, which we're starting to get quite a few, I noticed.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'd like to introduce you as Haas Andrews, myself as Mike Messenger. We are the hosts of the Rubberside Down Show.
Mike Messenger, aka Old Mile High.
Yes, and Haas as AKA
Haas.
Haas.
Without the last name.
Welcome, everybody. Hey, we haven't done a show in a bit, so I'm glad that we are doing it today because we just come off of a fun ride, a great ride, lunch ride.
Yeah.
To where did we go?
We went to Wickenburg. You know, and that's the point. You don't have to go on a cross-country ride to have it be a great ride. You know, we probably did, well, at least I ride a little further than you just because of where I am, but it was probably, for me, around 100 miles, I would think, total. Somewhere around there.
I would say you're right.
Every now and then I do get one right. But you know what? It was fun. The ride itself was great. The destination was over the top. Not what I expected at all. And that's one of the pleasant surprises that you sometimes come upon when you go on a ride. You know, we've always said it's not the destination. Well, sometimes it turns out it's the destination.
Well, this was our intent to go to this particular place.
Well, yeah.
And we've never been there before, so
never.
Surprise.
Yeah. No, it was not surprise. It was Wickenburg.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We live in surprise.
I go through surprise to get to you.
But it was a surprise once we got there and we could talk about it.
Absolutely.
Now I'm gonna pronounce the name of this place that we had lunch at.
All right, and then I will pronounce it correctly.
That's right. This is in Wickenburg, Arizona.
Yeah.
Hassayampa.
No, barbecue. Not even close.
Hassayampa. See, I'm not.
Hassayampa.
That's what I said.
No, it isn't.
Hassayampa.
Hassayampa.
See, that's that Midwest term. That's how you pronounce it in the Midwest.
Yeah, but see, I pronounce it with the Navajo pronunciation, which is probably what it is, I would guess.
Hassayampa?
Hassayampa, yeah. There's a river named that this place is named after, the Hassayampa River. So I'm not sure where it is, but it's in Arizona. I know that.
Yes, it is. I know. I know where it's at because we actually crossed over the river. It's actually dry bed. Right,
I was going to say it's most likely dry. Yeah,
we crossed over that yesterday on our way to
Arizona. Is full of dry rivers, and every now and then you see one in with a sign that says "No fishing from the bridge." now you know why. Because you can only catch sand shark.
That's right.
Yeah.
And sand crabs.
Sand crab. Yeah, we don't want that.
No. Sand dollars.
Yeah.
Which we spend a lot of.
Well, it's interesting that we ended up at this place because one of our brothers that ride with us hasn't ridden for a while due to some health issues. Yesterday was going to be his first ride in a while, and he had suggested we go to this place, and we all agreed, and then he wasn't able to make it. Hopefully he can make it in the near future, but this place, as I said, wasn't what I expected, especially when we get there. There's no cars in the parking lot. Are they even open? They must be horrible because it's lunchtime and they don't have any customers.
We have driven by that place.
Yep.
I don't know how many times in that different times of the day.
Yeah.
No cars.
Yeah.
In the parking lot. So I'm thinking either COVID put it out of business.
Yeah.
Or they're open for dinner only.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen any traffic there.
No.
What a surprise. Again.
Yeah.
In Wickenburg. Not surprise where we live, but a surprise in Wickenburg.
Yeah.
So it was, first of all, the going there, the journey getting there was an awesome ride.
Absolutely.
We had about a 75-mile ride through the desert,
Yep.
actually 79 miles.
Ah,
I'm trying to be precise. From my house or the Shell station where we meet to Wickenburg on the way we do is about 79 miles through the desert. It's all paved, great roads, great highway, except for the cattle guards, which there happens to be 9 of them.
9 of them.
Nine, can't count them, 9.
And number 3 is the worst.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we ought to name them all. We take that ride quite often. Rather than just numbering them, we ought to name them because they are all unique.
I don't know if I know that many cuss words.
Yeah, we've been over a few cattle guards that barely a ripple, just you're over. But these, I'll tell you what, if you took it at full speed, that would not be a good.
No, it would not. No, I what I'm doing right now is go ahead, talk, because I'm looking at this place.
Go ahead and talk, even though you don't have anything to say. Go ahead and talk.
Oh no,
no, I've thought seriously. I've thought about on that road, especially. We ought to go find the county engineer that is in charge of road maintenance. Put them on the bike on the back of one of our trikes and say, "Hey, brother, we're going to take you for a ride and let you see firsthand." It'd be bad enough. I mean, even a car, it would give you a jolt. But on a motorcycle, especially if you came upon these for the first time, it could be treacherous without a doubt.
And I've been on that first time.
Yeah.
And hitting one of these at the speed limit, which I really do, is bad enough. But when you're a little over, it's even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually picks you up out of the saddle.
And then slams you down really hard. That's the thing I don't like.
Yeah.
You come down, and especially on a trike. Trikes tend to ride pretty rough anyway. But boy, when you hit something like that, holy cow, hold on, Betsy. If you had a passenger, you actually could lose a passenger on that. We have something to hold on to there like that. But the passenger typically doesn't. And especially if they don't know what's coming, my gosh, that could be disastrous without a doubt. So, but there's always things like that. You have to just be aware. And now I think every time we're out riding, if we see a cattle guard sign come up wherever we are, we do slow way down because we know they can be really bad, and they're more apt to be bad than good. So
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful ride out there. It really is. We call it the back way going to Wickenburg from our area. The shortest way would just be to take Highway 60 out to Wickenburg. It's pretty much a straight shot. It's a nice little ride, but going the back way, it's kind of nice. We swing probably a good 10 miles south to Interstate 10 and take that to the first exit, which is I think something like 331st Avenue or
339th.
339th.
Yeah.
Okay. And then kind of zigzag our way into Wickenburg that way. And Wickenburg,
and that would be actually on the Vulture Mine Road which is the longest part of that.
Yeah.
And I want to say that because there is I don't want to call it a tourist trap, but there is a tourist opportunity in Vulture City to take a tour.
Which Vulture City consists of one shack.
And 2 vultures.
2 vultures, yeah. And they're probably both stuck.
The Vulture Mine Tours is what that little destination is. I've never stopped there.
Never stopped? Yeah.
Never been there. We drive by it.
Yeah.
We can see that one shack and usually 2 or more vultures. So I get that part of it, but I've actually not driven in there because number one, it's a gravel road going in. It does say it's open though. Maybe
It,
one of those days we'll have to do
but
that.
it probably says that 24/7.
Yep.
Because my guess is nobody goes out to take that sign down.
I think you're
But
right.
I don't know anything about the Vulture Mine. Probably ought to read up on it or even ask some of the locals. That's the one thing about Wickenburg. If you haven't been to Wickenburg for say 20 years, you wouldn't notice any difference.
Yeah.
It's growing primarily to the north of Wickenburg. There's a big development called Wickenburg Ranch. In fact, I've got some friends that I went to high school with who, when I reconnected with them many years ago, they were living in Carefree, in a beautiful home in Carefree. From there, they sold that house. They moved to California, and we're going, why? Well, they had family there, but they have since sold that house and they have moved to Wickenburg Ranch. So and we ought to just go out and buzz their house sometime because we go to Wickenburg quite often.
Yes, we do.
There's actually several places that we like to go and eat, but I think we have a new favorite right now, and I sure would like to go back and try some different things because everybody, no matter who got what, everybody got something good. And I think I cut you off when you were trying to say the name of the restaurant, but it is Hacienda Barbecue. But it's not just barbecue. They have more than just barbecue. But I had the pulled pork sandwich. I like pulled pork. But the thing I like about how they do their meats is they smoke them. They don't put any sauce on them. They smoke them. And then they have several sauces that they bring you that you can pick and choose from to finish it off any way you want. But the meat was so tender, I could have eaten it without teeth. I swear I could have. And I was blown away. And then usually when I go on a ride like that, we'll have lunch. I don't recall anybody ever ordering dessert, but I saw something on the menu that I had to try because I'm a big fan of it if it's good. And some are good. Carrabba's used to serve it. They don't serve it anymore, which breaks my heart because Carrabba's had a pretty good one, but this blows it away, and it's their pecan bread pudding. Oh my gosh. It's worth it just for the bread pudding. Comes out steamy hot. Oh my gosh.
Just like the waitress.
Yeah,
She
okay.
was a sweetheart.
She was.
I forgot her name though.
Trixie.
Was it Trixie?
No,
No, I don't think it was either.
it was. You know who would know her name? Trevor.
Oh, he would.
He would know her name. He probably got her phone number too.
Yes.
I'm
I'm sure. No,
Yeah.
this was a great experience
Yeah.
all around. Well, first of all, we pulled in there. No problem parking.
No.
Sometimes we'll go somewhere and somebody's parking down the street or parking in another area and
Yeah.
in gravel or something or in a pothole ridden parking lot.
Yeah.
This was clean. And there was, I think, one couple in there when we went in.
Yeah. I was going to say
Nobody-
there was one car in the handicap spot. That was
Right.
it. Yeah.
And when we left, that place was filling up.
It was.
Let's talk about this place a little bit.
All right.
We went in there not knowing that, this was suggested because they had a good reputation. It was suggested by one of our frog riders, Chuck. And he unfortunately couldn't go as you stated. But so we thought we'd give it a try anyways. And went in there and boy, just walked in. The place was clean.
It was. It looked brand new on the inside.
Yeah.
It turned out they remodeled it about 2.5 years ago, but the remodeling was top notch. And like you say, it was as clean as a pin. I was just blown away by everything.
Should that matter to a biker? Who knows? Typically it doesn't unless it's really nasty.
No, and that's true. I mean, because sometimes, well, when you're out on the road, a lot of times you don't have a choice. Hey, I'm hungry, and oh, here's a place. Let's just swing in here.
Yeah.
But it just a place like Hacienda, it stands out because it just so over the top with cleanliness. The remodel was an upscale remodel. Yeah, I mean it looked old, but a new old, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, carry on.
Oh, I was impressed when we opened the door and walked in.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that caught my attention. The second thing is we had a huge table for our group to sit at, our group of 5.
Yeah.
So we had no problem sitting at this great table. But Trixie, I'll use her name for the moment, was our waitress. And she just had the biggest smile on her face and the biggest welcome. And that was my second great impression of this place. Right? So
absolutely,
everybody was seated and she took our order. And of course, we had a little fun with her, She was.
That doesn't sound right.
No, I'm going to say this in the sense that we were teasing her and throwing some jokes at her. And boy, she was right there. And
but she let it be known
with us.
She let it be known early on that she works every Friday and that we were welcome.
Yes, she did.
Because that's typically when we ride.
Typically.
So, you know what? I bet if we were to go back there next Friday, she'd do cartwheels for us.
I'm ready to go.
Maybe we should do them for her. You know what I want to do? I want to go back and order something that's not on the lunch menu. I'm a big fan of prime rib, if it's done right. And I see on Fridays and Saturdays, they have prime rib, and I bet it is phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because that's one thing that I cook. I will put a prime rib. I call it my Simon and Garfunkel prime rib because I get this nice prime rib. It's all tied up. It's cut away from the bone, but it's tied back to the bone to give it more flavor.
Right.
But I cover it with parsley, sage, rosemary, and a little thyme. Just because, And I'll tell you, the rosemary is what is the killer. The smell of rosemary cooking on top of prime rib, it permeates the entire house. And I'm the only one in my house that likes prime rib.
Are you joking?
No.
I don't my
get
wife
it.
are huge fans of prime rib.
Really?
And I put mine on my Traeger smoker.
Oh, I bet that would be good too.
It's killer.
Yeah.
It is killer.
Yeah.
No matter how you cook a prime rib, if you do it right.
Unless you cook it too long. Prime rib needs to be on
very
the
pink in the middle.
There you go. Thank you.
Very pink.
Thank you. See, and that's one thing. My wife, boy, it's got to be well done. And she would just soon pass on prime rib altogether, but she cooks a steak and you're not sure if it's a steak or an old boot, but God bless her. She's learned how to cook mine. And so she can do a medium rare steak for me. And she's taken over the barbecue chores. She's gotten really good.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's amazing. Boy. She spreads rock. She barbecues. She cleans house.
She takes out the trash.
Takes out the trash. It's amazing.
I would keep her.
I'm thinking about it. I truly am.
I know Debbie, and she's a sweetheart.
She is.
Very much so.
And tomorrow,
I agree.
It's her birthday.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me know.
I meant to tell Trevor, hey, because he always asks me, how's my girlfriend? And he's talking about Debbie. And I should have given him notice. Hey, your girlfriend's got a birthday tomorrow and she wants something expensive.
Very expensive.
With my name on it.
Yes. But he'll be glad to know that as well.
Yeah.
So
good.
I like the idea of trying the prime rib on a future ride.
Yeah. Now they have a prime rib sandwich and I came really close to that, but again, if it's well done, or if it's leftover prime rib, it can be a little tough. And for me anyway, day old prime rib is not like day old turkey. You know, the best meal for me with Thanksgiving is the sandwich I get later in the day or the next day.
Oh, absolutely.
But prime rib, you know, you want to have it. Let's eat it all now, because it's not nearly as good the next day. Still good, but
We do a quick freeze. Well, what we have left over, we'll freeze.
yeah,
Then they'll put it in a vacuum sealed bag and we'll freeze it.
yeah.
And then 6 months later, pull it out, and it's as good as when you first put
Really?
it in there. Yeah. The
Well,
trick
see, I
is the
just don't know.
vacuum seal bags.
Interesting.
Yeah. Matter
Hmm.
of fact, we have a freezer full of soups and all sorts of stuff that she vacuum seals. First of all, we freeze them in a cube, and then she'll vacuum seal like split pea soup, one of my personal
Oh,
favorites.
mine too.
And what we'll do is we'll freeze it in these little blocks. And then once they're frozen, she'll take them out, put them in a vacuum seal, throw them in the freezer, stack them up. And then whenever I want a bowl of soup, I'll just go out there and I'll grab a packet, open it up, let it thaw, throw it in the microwave, heat it up, and
Wow.
it's as good as when I first went in there. Same thing with meats. And if you vacuum seal,
Interesting.
you know, and you won't lose that smoke flavor in meats
Wow.
if you put it on a Traeger grill or any
Yeah.
grill.
Yeah.
It won't lose that flavor. So
Interesting.
I am betting that they use their smokers, probably like I do, which is all the time. But what they do is they smoke their meats to perfection, because we all had something different yesterday,
Yeah.
and every one of them was good.
Yeah.
Our friend Chuck, who suggested this place, he asked me how we liked it, and I said, well, let me put it this way, Chuck. We all rated it a 10 plus.
Yeah.
And he was blown away because, you know what? He's never been there either. But it's all, you know, someone told him how good it was.
Well, and that's the neat thing, is that you're right. I don't think any of us had a duplicate lunch.
No.
We had 5 different lunches, and everybody rated their lunch a 10 plus. And I don't know that we've ever been to a place where it's been that good, that consistently.
Yeah.
So maybe we just got there on a good day, but I'll tell you, it's a place I definitely want to go back to.
Oh, absolutely. I want to find out a little bit more about this place because,
Yeah.
number one, the Trixie, and we'll have her real name next time.
Yeah.
She was just the perfect waitress
Yeah.
for our group.
Yeah.
Our group being five guys and bikers, and boy, it was just a lot of fun. It was a fun experience.
Yep.
She took our order, no screw ups,
No.
you know, and delivered everything on time. And it was hot and it was delicious. So I don't know what went on in that kitchen because we couldn't see it. But once it hit that door and got it out to us, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think we need to talk about it more in future rides. Not necessarily this place, Hassayampa Barbecue, but all of those places we visit. And I'm going to be fairer and not blow smoke on any of these, because we've been to a couple places that I wouldn't recommend my
Right.
enemies, you know.
Yeah.
Even the hardest core bikers wouldn't stop there.
Yeah.
But I do want to give pats on the back and 10 stars and 5 stars where it belongs.
Absolutely. But at the same time, if we stop someplace and it's marginal or not, they deserve a shout out too. Maybe they don't deserve it, but all of our listeners deserve to know where to go and where to maybe stay away from. So, I mean, I don't want to sugarcoat things. But yeah, this
especially the prime rib.
Yeah.
Sugar on prime rib would not be too good.
Sugar on the bread pudding though was great. It actually had a glaze on it that was a little crispy. And it was amazing. But I want to give another shout out to somebody else who Chuck recommended, because the ride previous to yesterday's ride, I was a no-show
That's right.
because I had a dead battery, and it was dead. I knew it was dead. I had it on a charger for 4 days, didn't do anything. And yet the charger that I bought specifically for that moment said it would charge a completely dead battery. Not true. But in any case, so I missed the ride. Ended up getting a new battery. Life is good. Trike likes it. Battery likes the trike. But I want to give a shout out to the shop that got me in like right now, because I ended up calling my roadside assistance with Geico 2 different times. First time, the guy just came out in a pickup truck because I said, I think all I need is a jump. Well, and that didn't work. It was fine as long as the cables were on the terminals, but the minute we took them off, it wasn't jumping, or it wasn't running. He said, I'm not a mechanic, but I think you probably have a charging issue. Well, so we end up calling roadside assistance again. They send out a guy with a flatbed truck, and he says, I am a mechanic. I only work on motorcycles. And he checked it out. He said, your charging system's fine. Your battery's just toast. So anyway, he ended up towing it over to a place called Sideshow Cycles, 91st Avenue and Cactus. I believe probably that's Peoria, Arizona. And just a little hole in the wall bike shop. It's funny when you call them up, they have a pre-recorded greeting and welcome to Sideshow Cycles. If you own a Harley, press 1.
Really?
If you don't, hang up, because we only work on Harleys. Head up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I press 1. Jesse answers the phone and say, Jesse, I told him what I had. And I said, I need a battery. And it's on the back of a truck right now. Can I send them your way? He said, absolutely. Now, I could have sent it down to Arrowhead Harley, who has done a lot of work on that trike, a lot of unnecessary work, but that's another story, different show. Excuse you. Oh my gosh. Somebody, and his dog understands that.
Yes. Oh,
See? Nothing.
yeah.
It's amazing.
Now my wife, he just popped in,
Ah,
just got home from shopping.
very good. So anyway, he said, yeah, bring it on down. This was this a Saturday morning? I'm thinking it was.
Yeah, I think
Well, they save Saturday mornings for people like me. Quick fixes, batteries, tires, things that they can get you in and out of really quick. I tried to get it in this week on a Thursday, and he said, not going to happen. I mean, I can do the work, but I'm not going to get you out the same day. So Arrowhead Harley would have taken it, and I wouldn't have gotten it back the same day, even for a simple battery.
right.
But they went ahead, said, yeah, send it on down. I had to wait about an hour and a half for my wife to get off work so she could run me over there. By the time I got over there, just sitting out there, it was done. I mean, they got it done in probably 45 minutes.
Unbelievable.
Then, the little extras. First of all, the battery, probably the same battery I would have gotten from Harley, or at least very similar. It was $80 cheaper than Harley would have charged. So I appreciated that. But then he did something that Harley wouldn't have done, or if they did, they would have charged me. He said, I didn't know how old your battery was in your fob, so I just went ahead and replaced it. But in case it was a new battery, here's the old one. I said, you know what? I don't know how old it is either. So thanks for replacing it. Little stuff like that. again, I don't expect, but when somebody does it, I got to give them kudos. I really
Right.
do. And I've got some other things I want to do to the trike here in the next few months. And they're going to be my go-to shop without a doubt. Now, if it's, I've got an extended warranty. So if there's warranty work, then I'll take it to a Harley shop because these guys do not work with any warranty companies at all. But you know, I love good service. So shout out, hats off.
Yep.
The Sideshow Cycles in Peoria, 91st Avenue, and Cactus. They'll make it happen as long as you have a Harley.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or don't call back.
Don't call back. Yeah. Don't
Hang
bother
up.
us. Yeah. And
Also,
I think Chuck had told me that. And but you know, when he had told me that, I wasn't riding a Harley. But I still remembered, and I knew that they were fairly close to where I live. So they're a couple miles away. And so that's very doable.
Great
So
service.
I will
Love it.
I will definitely be back without a doubt.
I don't mind paying a little more if the service is good and the product is good.
Yeah, but when you pay less and have better service and better product, or at least equal product, man, that's a win-win.
Yes, it is.
And I absolutely love it because there's things I would attempt in my youth that I don't want to do on the Harley. I don't want to run the risk of screwing something up. And I've got a job that probably will take them 20 or 30 minutes to do. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want to surprise you when it finally gets done. But
You're going to put a whoopee cushion on your seat.
Oh, geez. I've been talking in my sleep.
I'm sorry.
But no, they're just something I want done. And, you know, I'd like to be able to watch them do it. And, you know, I'll probably think, you know what, I could have done that. But I'll let them do it. I do want to eventually, I want to put some different handlebars on my trike. I keep hearing about, I forgot what it's called. It's something 2+2. It raises the bars 2 inches higher and back
Comes
2
back.
inches.
Yeah.
And it still keeps your hands below the fairing. I see guys putting 12-inch and 14-inch bars on. And I don't really want to be riding like that. I think my fingers will go numb with the blood running down on my elbow. But if I could just get it back and kind of tuck my elbows into my side, I think that would be a lot more comfortable. They say it actually improves the steering quite a bit, which I don't really have a problem with the steering, but if we can improve it, why not? You know, so that's probably the biggest. And then I'm thinking about also doing a lift kit. Although I don't know, I meant to do it because when we were at the Hacienda barbecue place, we were parked side by side. Excuse me. And I wanted to look at my trike and yours to see if they were the same height, because I don't believe you've done any extras to your trike.
I'm not.
So, and I bought mine used, so I'm not really sure what the guy before me did. I know he changed out the mufflers, at least I believe he did, because mine are quite a bit louder than yours. So I'm assuming they're aftermarket mufflers, which I love. But I don't know what else he did. So I was going to try and size them up. So one of these days I'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
But I still love riding the trike. I really do.
Same here.
Yeah.
And we're going to love it more when we ride out to Wickenburg and stop at the Hacienda barbecue.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
You did. Barbecue.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you got barbecue. It's 3 syllables. You did
That's on Highway 60, right in downtown, beautiful downtown Wickenburg, Arizona. It's a great destination. It's that old cowpoke feeling kind of a place, and all the new stuff is on the peripheral. So yeah, I think you'd really enjoy it. All right, Hoss, well, I think we should probably put the spurs away for today.
it. All right.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, we were out.
Might want to use them later. Who knows?
It's all good.
It's all good. Hey, look at folks. We appreciate you listening to us. And if you like our show, The Rubber Side Down, please let us know. And you can do that by going out to the KEatradio.com webpage, and you can put all sorts of information in there. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
And let everybody know that's how you can listen to this show.
And watch it.
And watch it, because you can also find it on YouTube. And we'll have the link to the show on our webpage.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that.
All right, brother. We'll
All
see
right,
you next
Hoss.
week.
See you next week. Adios.
See ya.